We may need them.
We need a pet adventure episode again, quick.
Yeah.
Pet adventure to save us.
Yep.
I don't remember. Did you guys? Well, I know Basil is with Tacitus.
Yeah,
Basil was used at the beginning of getting in here.
The voice of world control is always on me. He's just in pocket watch form.
Right. And then Dustin, Peter, Brendan, are your familiars with you then? And how have they been dealing with all this stuff?
Well, my familiar has been with me. It's been on my neck this whole time. And it doesn't really, it doesn't really seem perturbed because it's getting its feet in. So, it's just like a green lamprey on my neck. So I don't know if it really reacts to much.
Yeah. So with all the shit that's been going down in this place, I've had Basil in the stowed away in that little pocket dimension that you can do with your summoned familiars.
Mm-hmm. What about chicken sandwiches? And I don't even know if you named your displacer kitten.
I think I named it Cute Thulu.
Okay.
And I would have left it, and it's probably sleeping with the dog, that bullet.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have mine.
Okay.
He's too annoying. I wouldn't bring him along.
All right. Does anybody want to recap last session?
Okay.
We didn't move.
Well, Tacitus made some sort of mind link with the ghost and Petrie, and a ghost or a demon, or I'm not allowed to speak about it, came out of Petrie and attacked everybody. Where Peter's character taunted it, and it attacked him or went inside of him, and then
He didn't taunt it. He said, "Possess me," and it did. Getting an extra turn into the bargain.
Yes, I was a willing participant.
And then he got fucked up.
Yeah, he got all possessed and shit.
By
his
massive
neck
crit.
is- Oh yeah, right up. To that, yeah.
Colmar's at 0 hit points.
Yeah.
No, I got some back.
Oh, right. You got healed at one point.
I was able to expel the creature from him with some effort.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then it came after me again. Tried to push me into the acid. Managed to kill it. Killed a few of the shadows. Just after they took out Ivar.
Right. The noise of the battle drew in all these shadows. I think there were like 16 or 18. There were a lot of them. Ivar stood up and had like a Rambo moment where he killed 4, one with each arrow he let loose. But there were still like a ton of them coming. And then Martha stepped up, and what I assume was like an Old West gunslinger moment where like his cape was just blowing behind him, and fired a chaos bolt that just kept splitting into 2.
He twinned it, I think.
Right.
Yeah, I twin spelled chaos bolts that then split off into 2 separate chaos bolts each, and then just.
And 2 of them super critted, which allowed them to split further.
And he managed to kill. He managed to hit all but one of them, and he managed to kill all but 2 of them. The one uninjured one and one highly injured shadow. But it only took 1 hit to kill Ivar. So they did that on their way to being destroyed.
Yeah, so then we finished up the ghost demon thing, and we started to do some sort of spell mancery kind of jazz on Ivar to bring him back to life, where we had Petrie and using his Revivify, and then Colmar using the Blood of Vol, and then a nice song in the background played by Malthau to keep us under control.
All the while, there's yelling coming down the hallway.
That's where we ended.
Something.
Yeah, and you also forgot Petrie did like taunt the ghost. He tried vicious mockery, I think it was. But then Petrie, against his will, was forced to be extra brave by powerful magic that he just couldn't break no matter how hard he tried.
Oh, there was another. So, Brennan, real quick, is Petrie spelled P-I-E or P-E-I?
So I've got it written as P-E-I, but
Okay.
I think it could be like P and I. Like I don't know.
Is it like Pie Tree or Petrie? I don't know. Okay.
I say Petrie. It should be P-double-E-3, like P-double-E-T-R-double-E.
Okay, so you guys have just fought battles on two fronts, barely surviving the attack with the Tucker Twinsmith, his spell or his spirit having been corrupted by some force once Tacitus had tried to create some kind of mind link with it between him and Petrie, which then set out to attack all of you. And as a part of the course of the battle, including some thunderous, I don't know if it was a thunderstep or if it was a thunder wave, but I know one of those were cast at some point. And other calamitous noises that just kind of echoed throughout the place, drawing attention of multiple shadows, and then also rumblings throughout the cavern that began to knock dust from the ceilings and everything. And then once you beat back the shadows and revived Ivar, you heard a slight kind of growl sound coming from the opposite end of the tunnel where you're standing. And then let's see if this is actually going to work.
It seems I have guests in my lair.
Not this fucking guy again.
I don't know how to turn off in between without turning it off. Like actually turning it off. So
For now.
What's the subtitles?
Is it gone? Is it gone right now?
Yeah.
So that'll be a process.
You'll really have to enunciate while you're doing that, otherwise we won't be able to hear.
And with Petrie's glowing sword emitting so much light that you guys are able to see into the darkness beyond the tunnel, and a figure floats towards the entrance. I wasn't able to finish the drawing completely, but it gets the basic idea across.
Cool.
Doom.
Looks finished to me. We didn't know that. You didn't have to say anything.
So hopefully some of this place makes a bit more sense now.
Sure. He's floating towards us like, why the fuck does he got weird little hands on his head?
Because he's my beholder, and I decided little hands was nice. right near his eyes.
I have a strong hand.
But
Oh, give me your other hand. Oh, this is my strong hand.
but then he also has like these piercers underneath his chin that seem to end in fairly sharp points. So that's another unusual little bit. And as he gazes upon all of you, each of you needs to do a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
That's
20.
a good start.
20.
And 12.
8.
All right.
So, little eyes on the end of the eye stalks.
Oh yeah.
Anything I know about these creatures?
So before I get there, Petrie, you have 6 vitality points drained from you. Martha, you have 5. And Colmar, you have 4 vitality points drained from you as its gaze seems to cause you immense pain, and almost as if your very essence or soul is being kind of stripped away.
And he's in the tunnel with us?
He's just beyond, but the light of Petrie's sword is so bright that you can see all the way down there.
So I'm also guessing mechanic-wise that if we run a vitality points while we got hit points, we're dead, right?
That is an interesting conundrum that I haven't planned for.
I just damage it. I don't care what it does.
But it probably is not good, yeah.
Yeah.
This is like whiplash damage, man.
Boy.
So
he's basically like 60 feet away from us then?
Yeah,
Since
just about.
Petrie's sword or something.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe Petrie's sword's range was 80. I don't remember.
It's
It's 80.
120, wasn't it?
Well, it's 40 bright light, 40 dim light.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
So it's within 80 feet of you. I think this tunnel was only like 30 feet long, and he is probably about another 10 or 20 feet from the edge of the tunnel.
All right. Well, so yeah. Any sort of check we might get to know what this is?
Oh, yeah, here it goes.
Obviously, we know what it is, but do our characters?
Sounds like he's moving like a heavy desk.
Like a metal desk across a tile floor.
All right, is it off now? Is it off?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not even gonna do that voice. We're gonna.
Just go like this. And speak like
Yeah,
that.
it's not working as intended. So whatever. It was a fun little experiment. So if you are proficient in Arcana or History, I'll even give Religion. You can make a check.
I have Arcana.
All right, nat 20.
Ah, fuck me.
So I'll go with, actually, I'm proficient in 2 of those, so I'll go with history, I guess.
14 Arcana.
That's a 21, not natural.
Tony, what'd you get?
14. Yeah.
Okay.
Rolled shit.
So Martha and Ivar would each have some information, but their information is going to be different. Well, Martha, what was yours based off of? Was it History, Arcana?
I was going
Religion?
Arcana.
Okay, so yeah, your knowledges would be slightly different.
I'm hoping one of us knows not to fight a beholder in a narrow hallway.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
I hope one of us knows to turn
Hold
this
on, one
motherfucker
second.
around. We're all magical.
Hello?
Your delivery?
Oh, you're here?
Yeah.
All right, are you at the door?
Yes.
All right, I'll buzz you in. Getting food, sorry.
I guess this is my opportunity to get some water.
So how's the heat there today, Petrie?
Yeah, not fun. Probably a little less than 100, but the fucking it's humid, so it feels like I'm in a jungle, but I'm not.
Yeah, for some reason it although last week, I mean, we didn't have it as cold as the people up in Chicago had it, but it still went, right around under 0 degrees Celsius for days on end, and it didn't go above it even during the day. But it was still substantially warmer than it was in Chicago. And then this was just just a few days ago, it was like that. Today, 70 degrees outside, which I don't know what that is in Celsius. Probably low 20s.
Probably 20, yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's
To
gonna
get
go up.
zeros to that.
It's gonna go up to close to 80 by the end of the week.
Really?
Yep.
Jeez.
And that's highly unusual. It never does that in Knoxville. In February, at least.
I went to the beach once in February. It was great. I didn't go swimming, but it was like 70s, and brought my dog, and I was with my girlfriend at the time. Just had a beach day, and just had to live it up while it happened.
I grew up in Philadelphia, so it's just people go to the Jersey Shore all the time there. So I've done that many times, where for some reason it seems like a good idea to go picnic on the beach in winter.
Anything to make you feel better, I suppose.
Gosh, I'm sorry, guys. So, my cat, Lord Baelish, likes to go out and scratch, and she always takes her sweet-ass time coming back in. So I usually kick her. Well, not kick her, but, prod her with my foot.
Not
to
kick
get
her,
back
but like
in.
lift her up and punt.
But apparently, she has had some kind of diarrhea issue that stuck to her fur. So I got a bunch of shit on my big toe that I had to go and clean. So I got that going for me.
Good thing I don't have a weak stomach.
Oh, no, come on. I used to work in a hospital.
I'm just not a pansy.
Tony,
all right.
I like your carefully hidden satanic logo on the back of your jacket, by the way.
It's my demon repulsion sigil. I wore this to work.
See, there you go. I could say in Tennessee, that would actually start a whisper campaign against you.
I mean, it may have here. I don't know.
Midwest be crazy.
Maybe they think I brought the weather.
Just don't tell them like you're wearing that symbol and play D&D. They'll be like, I knew it.
Depends on the generation, I guess.
When I was a kid, my family's the pastor at the church my family went to pulled my mom aside and told her not to let me play this game.
Well, it's because you're summoning demons, right? Like you're
Right.
You're communing with Orcus.
Right. That was his concern.
All right, I sent you guys the emails. Sorry.
Yeah, according to my mom, he was saying like he had seen this before, and like he had seen some kid like summon an actual demon and levitate and fly around the room. And my mom was like, "What? You're just making this up."
I mean, I'm sure he believed it.
Maybe he didn't see it so much as see it in a Jack Chick comic.
After he had downed most of the communion wine, I'm sure he saw all kinds of shit.
Who knew that holy water was just absinthe?
Where's this water from? Russia?
The best advice I've ever been given on these things is never to fight them. But we can't exactly retreat into the room filled with acid behind us.
So we need to negotiate?
Yeah, it sounds like that'll work.
I've heard that I've heard stories of mages who seek out these creatures for instruction in magic.
There you go. Colmar, you're up.
But not many make it back. And those that do are disfigured and insane.
Well, I've got a good feeling about this, Colmar, so.
You seem trustworthy.
Pass a step forward. He's fine with Colmar, but he does not trust Colmar.
Look, if anybody's going to want a demi-plane filled with shadows, it's Colmar.
I call down the hallway, I guess, and my best performance. Do you know who you have brought here? Mordain will be very displeased with you.
Zelshox is a little bit surprised that you've actually tried to speak to him. So he seems intrigued. He closes his central eye, allowing you guys to feel like a sudden weight has been lifted, that your souls are no longer under attack. And he says, "Ah, the playthings wish to speak. This should be entertaining. Speak, mortals, and tell me what you wish to say."
So while he's distracted, who's the most injured person?
What do you mean? What do you mean by injured? There's many definitions of injured in this party.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Health point wise.
On a scale of 0 to 80, I'm at 32.
I have 16.
There's that one too. That one's pretty bad.
I have 10.
So, what do you think? What do you think?
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds. Also, I'll touch Petrie. I'm just gonna do this before whatever else happens next.
Can you twin that motherfucker?
I ran out of sorcery points.
Start swapping.
So I get let's see, that's 13 health to Petrie. And then I'm gonna also cast that as well on Kolmar. And he gets 16 health.
As you're casting those spells, Zelshox's many eyes that seem to have been swirling around randomly suddenly all focus upon Marthau. And Zelshox says, "You dare cast magic and try to do so stealthily within my presence, you stupid mortal. While I know that you are casting healing magics and it does not matter, you will not be able to quell the onslaught that is about to put forth upon you. But still, do what you wish. It does not matter."
I'll do that.
Yeah,
and you see the little hands by his eyes kind of going like twiddling next to, almost like if it were a belly, like going like this.
What you should have done is drawn him with eyelashes so that they can like stroke the eyelashes.
Oh, that would have been good. Missed opportunities.
But Tastus will take another step forward. This is clearly he
Just
would not.
really. Sorry, go ahead.
All right. Clearly, he would not hide that. We have no fear of you, imbecile creature. Do you
I'm not
bring
scared.
down the ire of Mordain, the flesh weaver?
As you say that, his the pinchers, the or spearers, jutting out from his jaws kind of twitch, and he directs one of his eye stalks at you, and now and a beam of energy jets forth, and he says, "Silence!" And you need a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, 21.
All right, so you're hit with a ray that causes every muscle in your body to contract painfully.
I play it off.
But you're able
walk it
to
off.
resist the effects of his paralyzing ray.
I just shake my head.
It's the
You'll
Charlie
only make
horse.
him madder.
Do not dare speak so aggressively to me in my own dominion. I don't care who you speak that you are from. There is none greater than Zalshax. Blah, 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 blah. And I will tire of this game soon if you do not speak to me with the respect that I deserve. If you wish to fight, I will kill you plainly. And then, once I have done that, I will cleave your souls from your body and take your will from you, and you will be my minions, and I will add you to my collection.
You always speak this much.
Oh, Shellshock's the most fearsome.
It seems that I have somebody worth considering who appreciates the intellect and power that I possess.
What brings a creature of your magnificence into a world as dark and sunless as this one? Surely you, possessor of the mighty intellect, will rise as above such simple dwellings as this.
Do not dare question my tastes, mortal, or what my choices might be. There are reasons for everything that I do, and I alone am aware of them. I do not have to explain myself to you, or any, for I am the superior being.
Enlighten us from our ignorance, for we clearly pale in comparison to yours.
I grow weary of this exchange, but regardless, you have asked and I will answer just because, for it amuses me, and you are so small and without consideration that I will give you this moment, and you might appreciate the spotlight that is put upon you by Zalshax. I exist in this domain so that I might gather my minions. Those who come into here become my slaves, their spirits bound to me, and at some point in the future, I will determine when I will emerge into the world and then take my vengeance upon all that might see me.
While he's jabbering on, Tacitus basically starts speaking to everybody's mind. We have to move forward, otherwise we can't fight in this hallway. We've got issues.
So Ivar will take 2 steps forward and say, Mordain the Flesh Weaver has sent us to give you a message. The Dalkir are once again invading Eberron. And so your flow of new bodies to become your minions is about to stop, as they are going to stop the free flow of peoples across the traps that you use to get them here.
He turns to you and he says, the Dalkir have returned? But it does not matter.
That went on for a very long time.
About the bodies that will be stopped. I do not wish for anybody to enter my domain. That is why I have placed it here within my own demiplane, away from mortals. I do not wish to be disturbed.
But your return to Eberron may be more difficult if the Dalkir have taken it over.
Return? Why would I return? I have everything I need here.
Keep moving
Everything you need, but a supply of new people to torment.
Slowly moving forward, Martha gives Tacitus the nod, and I just tipped my fedora in his direction, and we start just queuing up the chevron formation.
Ivar's not getting into chevron formation.
All right. Are you guys trying to move without really getting noticed that you're moving in this way?
Yes.
All right, so then everybody give me a stealth check.
I'm so good at that.
Or well, stealth wouldn't really work. It'd be more
Deception.
deception. Yeah.
I'm even better at those.
I am good at both. I got a 25.
Oh shit! I got a natural 20 -1.
20.
Three.
20, not natural.
Komar behind us.
So Zalshak suddenly turns his full attention to Kolmar and says,
You approached me without permission? Why, I ought to do something I should do, and you will regret, and I will cleave your flesh, and I shall eat your bones.
And I bow and say, I am your willing servant.
Another that appreciates my intellect.
Tacitus would like to see if we've got some fucking Wizard of Oz bullshit going on right now. Is this an illusion?
What makes you think that it might be an illusion?
He's this the way. He's like, I should do something. And he's not doing shit.
He took our vitality points. He did do shit.
Yeah, but that's what happened to you.
You can give me an insight check.
It could be
He
something else.
did give you that Charlie horse a second ago.
It could be something else. Some other fuckery going on here. Ah, fuck me. Insight, you say?
Uh-huh.
That's a whopping 5.
To shreds, you say.
All right. Well,
There's definitely something off.
Mhm.
But you're sure it's not an illusion.
all right.
I mean, surely, if you're going to be here for possibly ever, it can't be that much fun to torment the shades that we've seen around here. You must want living people to torment sometimes.
Well, that is what I have for you for.
We are aware that once we have passed along our message, you are unlikely to send us back. Although you may wish to consider sending one back if you want Mordain to provide you with a fresh supply of people.
So with his little hand, to a degree, but more with one of his eye stalks, he's kind of making this motion like,
You keep speaking of this Mordain like it matters. Who is this? I should know. There is none greater than Zalshax, and I do not recognize the authority or messages of any lesser creatures.
Well, Mordain understands that he is not as grand as you. However, Mordain does have a chance of, in the long term, surviving the re-invasion of the Dalkir into Eberron. As he
Oh,
is,
well, good for him. Nom, 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 nom.
and that will
And what
provide
does
him
that
with an
have to do with I?
it provides him with an opportunity to have access to the sorts of people who are most fun to experiment on. I believe those were his words.
I and the Dalkir have a fairly decent relationship. I, of course, am greater than them, but they have power worthy of respect, and I am sure that I will be fine if they decide to incur into Eberron. But regardless, my plans transcend even that, and I will enter the realm of the Zoriat, and I will draw power from within, and I will become one with all.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
Mr. Eyeball, sir, what's the deal with all these magical rocks which are in my leg right now?
Another example of how stupid you creatures are, and how insignificantly plain and simple. For you have stumbled upon one of my simpler traps. You actually fell into the pit.
Yeah, I did.
He does have a point. He did fall into that pit.
And now there's a rock in my leg. Can you get it out?
Would you perform surgery upon an ant? No, I do not require or see any benefit to helping you, nor have you provided me with any evidence of anything that you might offer. And even if you had anything worthy of offering, you know that I would simply take it. Once more, I'm tiring of this conversation.
Well, how do we get out of here?
What makes you think that you can, stupid mortal?
No.
Keep moving. Are we there yet?
Everyone make me another deception check.
19.
Back. All right. Well, I believe this is probably
26.
worthy of a action point. Well, that's
I reckon
unfortunate.
we probably got like 100 more of these rolls to do.
So is he down the end of like a hallway or something? Like what's the setup here?
So yeah, you guys are basically approaching the end of a hallway, and Zelshax is floating just beyond the entrance of that hallway.
Are we getting any idea of what's inside yet?
Not quite yet. Probably now you're about 15 feet away, and the light of Petrie's sword doesn't penetrate that deeply into the darkness from where you are.
I am not going to move, and I'm going to say, permission to move forward, Master.
For what would you need to move forward? So that you can get more close, so that you can put a knife into me. Not even that you could, but I would dare you to make such an attempt.
To gaze upon your majesty, of course.
Once again, you speak to my greatness, and I appreciate it. It seems that it is untrue, but still I will humor myself, not you, but myself, in allowing you to move forward just to see how you might do. Know that I could kill you all in an instant if I wanted to. Nom, 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 nom.
Okay, I'll move forward and just keep my head down like this.
So, do I count the 10 eye stalks like a normal beholder has?
Yeah.
All right. I start just poking in everybody's mind again, just to pull the group, I guess. It's like we could do something crazy here. We can get close, jump on them, and each grab 2 eye stalks and start ripping.
You're early.
Not really.
I count 10. There's 5. Oh yeah, fuck me. God damn it. Grab those 2 things on his chin.
I am not
Wait,
sure.
so what are you guys doing?
I am not sure. Can I respond telepathically or no?
If you look like you need to, I can let you respond. Yeah.
I will look like I need to then.
Yeah.
Be like, I'll be looking at you like,
Yeah. Go ahead.
I am not sure with my 3 strength I'm going to be ripping eye stalks off of Beholder.
What do you mean?
You can at least hang on to them so they're not shooting shit at us.
Well, I can fire arrows that can blind it, or at least limit its vision to 5 feet.
Potentially handy.
All right, I'm going to use message and send you a message,
Yeah,
Cassidy.
all right. Yeah.
I say, throw me the mask.
It's just like I look back incredulously, like, why? This shit's dangerous as fuck. The reason why I'm keeping it with me.
Yeah.
You may respond.
Because we may need it.
That's why I have it.
And I've been the only one to use it.
That may change here soon. And I step forward again.
Oh.
Yeah, a couple of the eye stalks weren't getting along.
The hands are slapping each other.
All right, so you guys are moving a bit closer.
Yep.
Only with his permission, of course.
All right, so you guys can move closer. We can assume that you're at the edge of the tunnel by now. This tunnel is about 30 feet from the ground level. Much like all the other places that you've been in today, that ground is covered in a murky liquid that you can't see below the surface. And the room is fairly spherical, with no other tunnels, entrances, or anything like that. And in the center seems to be some kind of pedestal where if you had to make a guess, if Cell Shocks was to rest, it would probably be there.
Any liquid on the floor?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Entire floor is covered in some kind of dark, murky liquid that you can't see below the surface.
So it's a different liquid than the last room?
Hard
Or
to
does
tell.
it look the same?
Looks fairly similar.
None of the liquids we've been able to fucking see through, so.
So there's basically the hallway just ends in like a drop that goes into the liquid, or is there like a ledge?
No, it just ends in a drop. Sheer drop, just like everything else in this place.
Where's the or where is he floating at?
He is about 20 feet beyond the entrance of the tunnel.
Do I scope out anything that might be preventing him from moving forward?
Hold on, guys. 1 second. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, if you can read Ivar's thoughts, when he looks down and sees that it's just a sheer drop, he thinks, fuck me.
So, Brendan, how many more classes do you have left?
Oh, none. I'm well, what do you mean? Like, I'm studying uni come next month. So I got some second year and some third year subjects to do. That's
All
really
right.
fun. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that starts in March. Yeah. But I'm doing like some sort of like what is it? It's like a suicide prevention thing with like a couple of young schools. So that'll keep me busy up until then.
Nice. Sorry about that, guys.
Nice.
All right. So, what were you guys talking about with the ledge?
Well,
Or lack of.
I had asked if if I could spot anything that would be preventing him from moving forward, or if he was, just hanging out there.
He seems to just be floating in the air. There's nothing that seems to be preventing his movement.
Could we get a sketch?
Of the room?
Yeah, just like general ballpark, kind of what's going on.
Sketch is just going to be a big pile of dog shit with us underneath it.
You got to start somewhere.
And we don't see any other ways out of this room other than the one we came in.
No.
And that is that thing in the middle, that's the pedestal?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what's the distance between us and the pedestal?
40 feet.
And that I would just okay. And then that's like a big drop or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, forgot. The liquid that you can't see below.
It's not even deep.
Okay.
That's what Tacitus thought at that one point. He got sucked in.
Who knows where that led?
Can it really be worse than here?
Well, I don't know if we have much choice.
I forget who was talking to him last time. Maybe Petrie.
Wow.
Yeah, he asked, how do we get out?
Wait, is that the last thing that was asked of Zelshox? How you get out?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. Zelshox would respond, "There is no way out except the way that I determine, which is not going to show itself to you anytime soon because you are going to be added to my collection of minions." Nom, 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 nom.
What kind of minion? Like one of those ghost things, or?
Are you daft? Of course you are. You are but a simpleton. Nothing but an ant. No, an amoeba. No, just a speck of dust. But, yes, much like those shadows that you surely have encountered, you will become one of them. Yum, 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 yum.
Well, that's not good.
So, which of you has the gift that Mordain wanted us to give to him.
There is a gift? Of course there is a gift. You would not enter my domain without a gift. I shall accept all gifts, although you might just be giving me a Trojan horse. You wouldn't know that reference, but I know what that means. It is something that is hidden within another thing that is actually harmful, but disguised as something innocuous, and I will not accept such gifts, although I will allow you to give it to me so that I might placate you and make you think that I am unawares, but I totally am awares. Nom, nom, nom.
So you're saying this Trojan horse is a bad thing hidden inside a good thing, yes?
We need
No,
to
of course
figure
that's
out.
what it is, and I know that that's what you are planning.
Oh, well,
All who enter my domain seek my downfall, but they cannot bring it about because I am a superior creature.
I don't think I need to do anything. You've Trojaned yourself.
We need to figure out a way to negotiate with him. So Mike needs to play this character every time.
Yes. Can I use animal handling to tame him?
I'm not even doing anything much different with my voice, but just speaking as him is just making it's just tearing my throat apart.
Well, the amusing part really is, and I would be fascinated to know if, like, the Beholder language has something where you have to say "yum yum 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 yum" at the end of every sentence.
Wow. Isn't that like 80s D&D cartoon canon? I feel like that's just an unwritten rule.
Yeah, so like I mentioned that he had Trojaned himself. So it sounds like your own mind has poisoned yourself. And then and I'm gonna do my stupid mind link and just plant like just little whispers in his head. But I'm not gonna link it back, just project them into his head. Voices, whispers, inaudible. You can't even tell what they're saying.
So, Zelshox reacts very badly to this. And
Why give me this ability? Why do I have
Yeah,
it?
this is
and he says, and he starts spinning about, and he's like,
I knew it. There are invisible creatures, enemies all about. You are enemies. You have brought them into my domain. Ah!
and he begins shooting beams at all of you. So initiative.
18.
And he also once again opens his eye.
no.
So we got Ivar with 18. Petrie or Colmar with 11.
I have a 21.
Petrie.
I was
with
totally prepared to give him hair dye as a gift.
Yeah.
Put it on your little
Hands.
You know, every Beholder wants to have attractive stalks.
that stand up on end and they're bright green.
Martha, what was yours?
I'm out of the green.
10?
Yeah, 10.
I actually could have given him one he might have liked. There's Medusa oil, where if you apply it for a week, you can start turning people to stone.
He's just waiting here for
there he is.
100 more years before the next person comes in. I will get to use it.
Okay. All right, so Tacitus is up, Ivar on deck, Zalshox is in the hole.
So his big eye is on us. Do I sense that I could still cast magic, or is it gone?
It doesn't seem to be affecting your ability to cast.
What's the? That was a weird emphasis.
Nothing is blocking your ability to cast magic.
Just the effects of that magic. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, no, go ahead. Cast your 5th level spell. All right. Yeah, why not? I'll give it a shot. I'm gonna cast Far Step. Bonus action gives me the ability to teleport.
Where are you planning to teleport?
On top of him.
Okay.
Come on.
So
everybody's got a thing, right? I get on top of fucking creatures just to fuck with them. Yeah.
So. Here is.
And then I want to pull out its eyes. And specifically, I want to get that one that tried to paralyze me. I know that one's bad. And of course, I remember which one that was.
Okay, so interesting thing when you cast Far Step
Oh, Jesus.
is the effect is a bit magnified compared to what you would expect.
I teleport out.
No,
Got too far.
everybody randomly teleports flopping places.
Aw.
Well, we're all right next to
we're-
each other, so unless we teletrans places with him,
Right, so we're gonna see which one of you switches with him.
No.
So we're gonna do a D10. 1 to 2 will be Petrie. 3 to 4 will be Marthau. 5 to 6 will be Ivar. 7 to 8 will be Colmar. 9 to 10 will be Tacitus.
That's going to be me.
Hey, Tacitus!
Yep. Like, oh, those are the choices? It's going to be me. Am I in those choices? It'll be me.
So you're suddenly in the air. Zelshax is nowhere around you, and you find yourself falling into the drink.
All right.
So
I saw. So it's like I'm in the air. I got my action, right?
I'll give you a reaction, or if you want to use an action point, you can turn an action into a reaction.
Let me have a quick look at what I have.
So wait a minute. So I need to kind of Tacitus, were you at the front of
I
the
imagine I was, yeah.
chevron? Okay.
I'm being the most heavily armored. Speaking of which, yeah. My AC goes up because I'm concentrating on the spell.
What spell are you concentrating on?
Far Step. I can keep doing it.
Ah, okay.
That's why it's a 5th level spell. I get 60 feet teleport. I can just keep doing it on my turn as a bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds like fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
except that you're going to keep randomly teleporting us around.
So doing some quick arithmetic in my head, do I get the sense that if I keep doing it, am I going to keep fucking with other people? If I try to go back,
I mean, all right. Give me, because you have limited time. Give me an Arcana check at disadvantage.
Sure. I accept. Oh, You shouldn't have done that. 25.
At disadvantage?
19 and a 17. I got plus 8.
Nice. So this is similar to what happens when Marthau casts spells sometimes.
Marthau's a wild mage.
I am.
Okay, so the spell is cast now. So the effect should be gone. Now it's just an active effect. I should be able to do it without a problem. Or is that not how it works in your world? I should know this.
We're like wild surging every time we cast a spell.
Well, here's the thing. You've never met a beholder before, so you don't know what it's capable of. It might be casting a spell. It might be maintaining concentration on a spell. It might be just whenever it feels like because you're in its eye.
Well, I'm not anymore.
Well, it is actually technically because you were looking at it and he was looking at you. You guys are now swapped and facing each other while you're about to fall.
We did a full rotation instead of like this, so I'm looking. He's looking at the party. I'm looking at the far wall.
No, you're looking at him. He's looking at you because you swap places.
Okay. I mean,
and positions.
Oh, good. We've got it back.
Just making sure, understanding. Somehow I've rotated. It's cool. Like shit. I'm gonna go backwards. I'm gonna go up onto his pedestal.
Okay, so you're gonna use an action point to use the teleportation effect again?
Yeah, sure am.
To go onto his pedestal.
That's right.
Okay. So yeah, you're able to do that. Let's see if it's no, it's fine.
Whiplash surge.
Yep. Yeah.
And then he responds, you tried to cast magic at me, but it failed. And now I am in the midst of all of you, and you are in my grasp, and I will destroy all of you, and I will eat you.
I'm way over here. I'm not in your grasp. You can fuck off.
And then it uses one of its legendary actions to hit you with a green ray. So make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm not great at those. Ooh, very fucking nice. 18.
Okay. So you feel once again that your muscles begin to spasm and stiffen, but this time it's not quite the same. And you feel like there are flakes that are breaking off the top of your skin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Disintegration ray, yeah. Sure.
So do you have any other actions that you're going to do?
Well, I mean, I had considered dropping down and like hanging from the other side so you couldn't see me, but I probably am not going to do that, actually. I'm trying to provoke him and draw him away from everybody else, so here I am. I just stand ready.
All right, you want to do an intimidation check?
Yeah. Why not?
All right. Before you make the roll,
yeah.
Tell me what you do, because that might determine if it's a disadvantage or an advantage.
Well, before he answers, is there anything interesting in the pedestal?
Yeah, that's what
something he could fuck with.
Yeah. Just like look down, oops, and just like kick it off.
Actually, yeah, there are what appear to be golden trinkets and jewels
All right. Anything that just
shit. I just got a battery low message from my headset. Nothing is going well today. So many interruptions are happening.
Diarrhea on your toe. Now this.
I know, right? Hold on.
Toe diarrhea is always the worst.
Yeah.
as opposed to frog diarrhea.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys hear me?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. So like, as long as it doesn't like plainly look magical, I'm gonna just like kick some stuff off. Oops.
All right. Go ahead and give me an intimidation check.
Man. I'm proficient in it, which means instead of a +4 on it, I get +3. 9.
What?
Yeah. I have a -1 to my charisma, so.
So Zelshax is like,
you are trying to draw me in. I can see that, but you've chosen something poorly to try and drive into the drink, and I don't really care much for it, but I will approach you anyways, because you would not expect that. Or you would. It doesn't matter. My planning is superior. Blah, 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 blah.
so, Ivar, it's your turn.
So I hate to say it, but I also would have been in the front because I'm tougher than most of these people. So I still have like 90 hit points, 92 hit points. So I can at least take a little damage.
So you're probably right next to this beholder.
Yeah, I imagine
staring at you.
Yeah. So Tacitus cast his spell, and then I just see the thing wink out of existence, and I see Tacitus fall and then teleport up. And at that point, I'm like,
Stone. Guys, get me out.
As
Guys,
it's
get me out.
right next to me. So I am going to use a bonus action to disengage and scuttle my way back far enough for me to pull my bow and take 2 shots at him.
Okay.
That is 30 and then 17.
The 30 hits.
So I am going to use, let me make sure I got the name right. Yeah, my shadow arrow. So he is going to take a little bit of extra psychic damage, and he has to succeed on a DC 16 wisdom save, or he won't be able to see beyond 5 feet.
Well, that'll be interesting for a beholder.
It's 10 piercing damage and 9 psychic damage.
All right. He succeeds at his save, so his vision doesn't seem impeded. I rolled a natural 18.
Yep. I figure he's got probably a pretty good wisdom save, but
You might be surprised.
Or not.
But now I'm kind of behind the group. I needed to get far enough away that I didn't have disadvantage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you've done that. Some of the eye stalks look at you. And,
I also swing my backpack off my shoulder and like put it in a corner so I'm not fighting while carrying it because I'm so weak anyway. I don't need that extra weight.
Right. And so you can hear him talking to the front, but he has some of his eye stalks looking at you. And he's like,
you puny mortal, and you're smaller than the others, so that much means you're weaker, but I will need to watch you more closely because clearly you have some ability to ranged attack and whatever, so and
then he directs one of his eye stalks at you. and you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm going to use an action point on that. 17.
So you feel your muscles tighten and spasm, but you're able to fight through it. Another paralyzing ray. So now it is Zelshak's turn. And first thing he does is moves right towards Tacitus. So that means that Colmar, Marthau, and Petrie each have attacks of opportunity that they can utilize.
All right. Let's try and whack him with my sword.
Petrie, you're at disadvantage because of your leg.
Yeah. Yeah, the sword only works against bloody spirits, huh? Not against these old sharks. Oh boy. Oh man. Well, at least I got the bad rolls out. I got with adding so 2. It's a 6. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, that's the lowest one.
Colmar, Petrie, or Marthau?
So he's moving away from us?
Yeah, he's moving up towards Tacitus.
Would he, is he technically surprised?
No, he's got eyes all over his head.
Okay, I'm going
Looking in every
to
direction.
fireball his ass.
You're going to fireball him?
Yep.
Okay, he hasn't... Well, first of all, this is an attack of opportunity.
Right, I'm a warcaster.
Okay, so that is for melee spell attacks.
Oh, it doesn't.
No, it's the spells that take one action.
Oh, is it?
I
Really?
think it has to.
I think it might be an attack spell, though.
I think it has to attack one target.
You could
Right.
perform.
I think it's something where you have to roll an attack, but I
You
don't
can use your
remember
reaction
exactly.
to make an opportunity attack to cast a spell that has a casting time of 1 action and targets only that creature. So it could have a saving throw involved.
Yeah, but it would have to target only that creature. Fireball is going to
Yeah.
hit every single one of you except Tacitus. Actually, Ivar would escape that as well.
Okay.
Singular targets, inflict wounds. That would be a single target.
Yeah, but I gotta run up and touch him.
Well, he's getting away from you.
Yeah, you're already.
Yeah,
Do it as your reaction.
That's why you're getting an opportunity attack.
You could either swing at it with a staff or a knife, or you can hit it with inflict wounds.
Or you can use one of your cantrips, like your blood knife.
Yeah.
Well, that lowers my hit points.
Oh, you got one of those as well.
Could do a 3rd level inflict wounds instead of the fireball. I think Colmar thinks of necrotic damage as like a good thing. So like, why am I bestowing this gift upon him?
Who else can go? Petrie? Go ahead, Petrie.
I missed. Yeah.
Yeah, Martha.
Yeah, it's me. So I see Tacitus has had my shadow blade.
I don't anymore. I would have given it back.
What was the blade that you had then? Did you have another?
It's a spell called Shadow Blade.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, he wasn't actually using that because that spirit walked off in the Moorlands.
Oh yeah, that's right. It never came back.
Sorry for losing your spirit, dude.
So that being said, I don't think I actually have any weapons.
You don't even have a dagger?
Staff?
Oh, I guess I have 3 daggers.
Or wait, how do you
I just use spells.
Oh.
Generally, it's not advisable to go into range when you're a caster.
You can punch it while he's trying to get away from you.
Yeah, you could just do a punch. That would be interesting.
Could you grab it? That'd be cool.
Nah, not without a grappler feet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out a smoke stick and try to shove it in its eye.
Which one?
The big one.
All right. Make an attack roll without proficiency.
Would that be strength?
Yeah.
It's 11.
Okay. So the smoke stick busts off on his armor. You miss his eye, and it begins. It falls to the ground and begins smoking up the area, obscuring everything within your range.
Hey, it's a good thing.
My range.
And Zalshax emerges from this smoke, and gets to midway between him and Tacitus, and then begins unleashing a number of bolts of magic.
I see the eyes start to glow. I'm like, what, are you too scared to come at me real close, huh?
So first of all, one of the eye rays pummels you with multiple darts of force just all over your body.
Shield.
You use your reaction already as part of being able to teleport onto the pedestal.
Did I spend my reaction to do that? I thought it was an action point to do that.
There was an action point.
It was an action point to use your action as a reaction.
Yeah.
He conned you out of that one.
I mean, you can use another action point.
I thought it was
get another reaction
point. I thought it was action point to use a bonus action as an action instead. Yeah, all right.
I mean, I'll allow it.
I don't have a reaction. It's fine.
I'll allow it. So you manage to throw out your shield. It does block each one of those things, but then it's followed up with two other rays. The first one, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh yeah, probably should have saved it for these. That's a 14. Yeah. I may have to action point to get another reaction. Was this one a green one? Which color was this?
Oh, I haven't actually put the colors, but in my head, this one's kind of like a gray. It's like almost like a mist.
Okay. Well, all right. So I've seen two green rays. I'm noting eyeballs here.
Okay.
Committing to memory for a whole.
No, actually, the green ray that was one that struck you on the pedestal, right?
Yeah. And then there was the paralyzing one. I thought that was green too. What color was that?
No. That one was red.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Well, I'm making note. I'm gonna take this hit. I got a 14.
Okay. So your speed is halved. You can't take reactions, and you can only take an action or a bonus action, but not both. But you get an extra saving throw. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
Sure. I already walk slow.
Yeah, same. It's half of 5.
I'm hobbling right next to Petrie now.
And then the other spell was that one is kind of what is that? That's a yellow ray. Yeah. That's a wisdom save.
Oh, okay, that's better. I could do those. Ish. Fuck. All right, I got an action point. I'm gonna have to re-roll this motherfucker because that's horrendous. All right. All right, Mike. Evens or odds?
Evens.
All right. Oh shit. New die. New die. Hold on. I thank you very much, Mike. That's a 23. Yeah.
Okay.
23.
So you feel like this sudden pressure grasping your heart, but you're able to push through it.
All right.
And then, yeah, that's his action. So now it is Colmar's up, Martha's on deck, Petrie in the hole. You guys have smoke all around you, obscuring sight.
Basically, I've been slowed, right?
Yes.
You probably hear it. Ow! My God.
So I can't see where he is anymore.
No.
Kick that fucking stick off the ledge.
You can't see the stick.
I can see where it dropped.
Yeah, I mean, we can't see him. He can't see us.
It's true.
That's true. That's true.
Do I need to see him to hit him with magic missile?
Yeah, you need line of sight. If you had seen where he was before the smoke went up, I might allow a check for it, but since you weren't able to see him after he moved out of the smoke, you wouldn't even be able to guess necessarily.
When he came,
if you want, well, no, never mind.
when he came in the tunnel, he was floating, right? Floating in the air. He wasn't like on the ground.
No, he was floating.
Okay. Can I send one of the will-o-wisps after him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, probably not going to hit worth a shit. Oh, 19.
That will hit.
Okay. And 9 lightning damage.
Okay. And then it uses one of its legendary actions to hit it with a ray. And Tacitus sees more invisible forces of energy pummel the will-o'-the-wisp until it winks out.
Your wisp is gone.
Okay.
Just trying to be helpful.
Yeah, there's not a lot I can do. I'm not going to get rid of the smoke stick because that's obscuring his view as well. So I'm just going to go to the side of the tunnel and ready in action and wait for him to go back up.
Okay. Martha.
So is the smoke lasting like? Can I tell if it's lasting like when I was trying to jam this thing in its eye? How far from the ledge was I?
Probably within 5 feet.
Okay, so it is likely that the smoke is protruding over the ledge.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to Petrie, are you able to fight?
Well, I can't get over there, but I can fight.
If you could get over there, could you fight?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm brave. I can do it. Yeah, Petrie the Brave. I'm all over it.
All right. So I'm gonna cast Fly at 4th level, and I'm gonna touch Petrie. And Kolmar, would you like to be able to get a closer shot?
Probably Ivar would be better. You don't want no.
I mean, I can actually easily clear all this smoke away rather than waiting a minute, so I'm fine. I don't think waiting for him to kill Tacitus, then come back into the smoke for us is a good plan, though.
Yeah.
But Kolmar's fine with it because he's like, hey, I'll have a new body.
All right. Well, then I thought I'd give somebody else the chance, but guess I'll cast it on myself then. So I'll fly too.
Okay.
So I'm levitating.
All right.
And so is Petrie.
All right. Do you want to use your move action to fly out of the smoke?
Nope.
Okay.
That's probably best. Because if you get hit
All right,
while he's out there flying, he's going to fall.
So after Marthau has taken his action, Zalshax is unleashing another ray at Tacitus. But it's redundant, so it doesn't do more slowing.
Yeah.
And then Petrie, your turn. Tacitus is on deck, Ivar in the hole.
I feel all this relief without having to walk on my bum leg. And I take a deep breath of smoke and fly out. And I pop through the smoke and I go to smite this eyeball.
Okay.
Well, attack it at least. So.
I'm picturing a very anime thing. Like you're like the wise teacher who like couldn't walk anymore, but then now they can like cast aside and just like
when their pupils are in danger. Summon my fighting spirit.
Very nice. All right, so that's a 26.
That hits.
All right. We're going to hit him with a 4th level smite. And all my other divine stuff. So give me a minute to figure out how much damage, how many rolls I have to do. So there's a divine strike, so that's 1d8. And then there's my sword, which
Wait,
does
what do you mean? Divine strike or divine smite?
divine strike, which is a part of the hit, as well as my weapon, which is 2d6, as well as 1d8, and then the 4th level smite.
Where's the divine strike coming from?
It's a ability for being a cleric.
8th level.
You gain the ability to infuse your weapon
You're-
strike with divine energy.
You're an 8th level cleric? I thought you were 7th level.
I'm 8th level and 2 paladin.
Ah, okay. So then, yeah, you do get that.
Yeah. So 1d8, 2d6, 2d8, and then the smite. So 4th level, which is 4. So 1, 2. That'd be 5d8.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm just going to use the dice roll because that's too many dice to roll. Alright, so we're going to do the 5d8 first. That does a total of 23. And then we'll do 2d6, which is 11.
Nice.
He responds,
You have tricked me. You tried to draw me out when really it was this one who is injured and wounded, or at least appears to be so, and he was truly the target that I should have been striking at. Nom, nom, nom.
You got me. What an idiot.
and then after, well, is that your entire turn?
No, I'm going to use a bonus action as well, and let's be like, maybe you should attack this as well. And I cast a spiritual weapon in front of him and attempt to hit him with that.
Oh. So when you started fighting him, where are you attacking?
I probably would be like attacking above him, like hit him in the head, like in the top of him. Because
Okay.
I'm assuming that like his big eye is looking at Tacitus.
Okay.
So I would just fly behind it and then hit it on the top of the head.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And
See, I'm
yeah,
picturing all this.
Tacitus, I forgot Tacitus. Give me a Constitution save.
Why for?
Thanks for reminding him, Brendan.
14.
All right, you're fine. You feel like your soul is once more under attack, but you're fine.
alright. I'm gonna try and hit it with the spiritual weapon. That's a 15.
It bounces off his armor. He has a very well armored hide.
Yeah. Good for him. And that's my turn.
All right, so after you've done that, one of its eye stalks turns to you. Uh-oh. And this is a blinding white ray shoots forth from it. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh yeah. Nice solid -1 on this one. That's an 11.
Okay.
Do a barrel roll.
I hear a lot of.
I hear more dice.
All right. 6, 14, 4, 32.
Oh, 32? You don't need to count anymore.
Sure he does, because it goes to 0. You've got your vitality points.
Oh, yeah.
But you get stuck at 0 hit points.
Not for this one.
That was your vitality.
That's probably the disintegrate.
This is a death ray.
Oh yeah, or that one.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, you're reduced to 0 hit points.
Uh-huh.
With your vitality, because it's a weird mechanic, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Inoki. Should I be rolling high for this one?
Preferably high.
You have action points.
Yeah, I'll use my action point. All right, here we go again. Okay, yeah, 16.
All right. You lose half your vitality points as well.
Jesus.
You feel like you literally forced yourself to stave off death.
Mm-hmm. Jump.
All right, so Tacitus, you're up. Ivar's on deck. Zalshak's in the hole.
Alrighty. How far away from me is he?
20 feet.
I'm looking. 15 is the number I'm looking here.
No. I mean, you're on a pedestal that is about 10 feet wide. You could move forward a bit. Also, give me another Constitution saving throw.
14 again.
Okay, you're fine. Your soul is still under attack, but you're fine.
I feel like I've defended myself enough. My soul is good. I'm still slowed though, yeah?
Yeah.
Big Eye still looking at me?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. 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 Yeah, see, it's kind of funny. So I'm a war mage, right? But I have very few attack spells.
Right.
Yeah. You picking up what I'm putting down? I'm going to Chromatic Orb, I guess, at 2nd level.
Okay. Let's see what happens there.
Nothing at all. Because there's no need. I use my advanced knowledge of Arcana to weave around whatever this insane magic is. No, nothing? All right, cool.
All right, so in addition to the Chromatic Orb, you also cast Grease centered on yourself, and your nose becomes a pig snout, and it's stuck that way until you have Remove Curse cast on you. So also give me a dexterity throw to not fall. You can get your Chromatic Orb off before this, but
yeah, I'm gonna do that first. Let's see here. I believe it's an attack roll. It is, yes. All right. All right. Fuck. All right. Action. My last action point.
Okay.
Jesus fucking Christ. All right. There we go. Son of a fucktard. All right. Luck.
Okay.
Last luck. One of these has got to go. Fuck! What the fuck is this bullshit? The fuck? 3, 4, 4.
Wow.
Plus 8, 12.
Yeah. So the grease causes you to slip slightly, putting your aim off, and you miss, shooting off wildly. And now make a dexterity saving throw against your own spell save DC.
Oh, hey, look, I can make that roll. I don't mind being on the ground. Can I swap that?
I mean, you could just use your movement to drop prone, or you could just, also willfully fail the save. It's up to you.
I'm just saying, I'd rather use what I just rolled right here on my attack roll, but I used all my action points and luck. I'll gladly trade this 16 for any of the other things I rolled.
Yeah, it's too bad it doesn't work that way.
It could. It could honor the fact that I used my last action point.
Yeah, extra action point for losing your last action point.
Well, alrighty. Sure. That's me. That's a good old pacifist sitting out here on the fucking pedestal.
All right. So you're still standing then?
No. I'm gonna stay right there.
Okay, so you're prone now.
Yeah. It doesn't
Okay.
affect. It doesn't fuck with anything.
Okay.
If somehow you made a beholder that makes an attack roll, he's gonna have a disadvantage. So.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
He does have those chin horns.
Yeah.
All right. Ivar, you're up. Salstax is on deck. Colmar in the hole. Actually,
I don't-
Colmar, you haven't used your action yet.
Do I get to make a save for my slow?
Oh, yes, you do.
Let me do that. Let me get this shit out of here. Fuck me. God damn it. 10. Nope. Go for it.
So actually, well, Ivar, are you planning to blow the smoke out?
It's more complicated than that. So
So let's do yours, and then because Colmar is holding his action, so Colmar, you can continue to hold, and then go potentially twice. So
yeah, it won't take that long. It's just complicated because I don't know how many actions this actually takes. So seeing now the hallway is filled with smoke, turn to where I put my bag and begin to go through it. And I actually want to retrieve 2 things from the bag. One is the air elemental cylinder. And the second one is a vial. I guess, how long does it take to apply the hair dye? It doesn't say in the description I have, so I don't know if it's an action or if it's like a minute.
I'm gonna say, I mean, it doesn't take a whole minute to put like gel in your hair, but then it's not gel, it's hair dye. Which one? Which hair dye?
The permanent invisibility hair dye.
If you want to use an action point, it can be one action.
Okay. Well, what I actually want to do this round, though, is retrieve the invisibility hair dye, or 1 vial of it, and the air elemental cylinder.
Okay.
And then I will use the air elemental cylinder to gust of wind the smoke out of the hallway.
Okay. So that you can all do that as part of one action, grabbing those things and opening the cylinder to blow the smoke out.
Okay, so that's what I do this turn then.
Okay. So once the smoke is cleared, Kolmar, you see that Tacitus is on his back on the cylinder with Petrie above it, above Zelshax from behind, striking at him with some other undescribed weapon also floating in the air and attacking Zelshax. Do you want to do what you were holding out for?
When you hold an action and you don't use it, it's gone, right? So if it's a spell, you'd lose it.
I don't play it that way. I'm not going to make you lose a spell for that.
Okay.
It seems like a harsh rule.
Quick point of order, right quick. I didn't realize my durable magic that gives me +2 to AC while I'm concentrating on something. It also gives me +2 to saving throws. There was a saving throw that I made at like a 14 at one point. I don't remember which one it was.
Probably one of the con saves. You did 14s for both of those, but those succeeded.
Yeah. I remember what I had on my slow effects, but all right. Go for it.
So how close is Petrie?
He's within 5 feet of Zelshax.
Damn. So is there any way to put the fireball like at the bottom so I don't torch Petrie?
We can do you can make an attack roll, a spell ranged attack roll. And if you hit Zelshax's AC, then we'll say it happens. Otherwise, Petrie's caught in it.
How about I've got
Well, you can decide. Either Petrie's caught in it with him, or it blows up, and either Petrie and Zelshax are hit if it misses.
How is Petrie looking to us? And he got hit with a death ray, but I don't know what that looks like physically. I know he's half dead.
Yeah, I mean his eyes are sunken in. His skin is completely white. You can see he's also seems like he's glistening in a cold sweat. And kind of, even though he's holding his sword, it's somewhat weak, and you can see that he's almost shaking, recovering from that ray.
Okay. So I'd have to roll to hit his DC in order to avoid Petrie's.
You'd have to hit his AC with a spell attack.
Okay. Or let me use an action point and I'll switch out something so I don't kill Petrie.
Yeah, could I use an action point to avoid it, knowing that it's coming?
Either you can use an action point to avoid it, or Kolmar can use an action point to just make it happen.
All right, yeah, I'll use an action point. You might need them, Petrie. All right, yeah, so I'm just gonna cast it 3rd level fireball.
Okay.
He gets a dex save, of course. Shit. What is my spell DC? That's a good fucking question.
It's not gonna matter. You failed it.
Failed. Okay. All right. All right. 25 fire damage. Do I get sneak attack too?
No. If it was a single target one, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So then that was Kolmar. Ibar's gone. Zelshax is up. He's turning his full attention on Petrie.
Actually, wasn't that? Hang on, wait a second. Didn't Colma just held his action? That was his held action. Now he gets another action.
No,
Zelshax
Zolchak
is going first.
Oh, right. My bad.
And he is moving, staying within your reach, Petrie, so you're not getting an attack of opportunity. But he's positioning himself so that his main eye is looking at you and at the others in the hallway. And he is going to attack with his piercers.
Sick.
25.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Can I make you re-roll that? Actually, before I ask, what's your modifier?
I'm not telling you what my modifier is.
Did you roll like a 1 and you hit me?
No, I did not roll a 1 and hit you.
All right. Well,
There's a reasonable chance that he misses you. So you can do that. $26 now.
How many more rerolls have I got?
You have 2 more action points by my calculations.
Oh, really? Oh, sick.
Yeah.
All right, I'll use another one.
$22.
Oh,
I'm rolling really well.
yeah, hang on. Let's have a quick squeeze. What's my buddy? Let me see here. Oh, that's my number. Oh my god. All right, I'm dead.
Well, if you
have
think
one more
you're actually
action
going to
point.
die, you
I
should
do,
use your
but
last
I-
action point.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I used my last action point. All right.
All right, so that one's a 16.
Oh, woohoo.
So he misses with his piercers. Each time he makes several attacks. Each time he seems like he's just about to get you, but you somehow dodge out of the way. And then it's almost like with when Goku is fighting someone, where it's like all those punches and it's just like.
How was that again?
Just like that.
Now can you do it backwards?
And then he goes on to use his eye stalks. One of them directed at Tacitus.
We still get to use them? That motherfucker.
Oh, yeah? So you got like 20 eye stalks? That's 20 attacks. All right, let's go.
So one of them is directed at Tacitus. Tacitus, this is a pink ray.
Okay. I got no reactions, so.
So wisdom save.
Well, I got no rerolls left, so here we go. Nine. Do I like him now?
All right, so yeah. You are beholden to him. Get it?
No, you're gonna have to.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you have been dominated.
Sorry, guys.
Good thing you're on that pedestal, far away from everybody else.
I still have some
Too bad.
attacks.
Yeah, and too bad he hasn't lost concentration on his far step.
Yeah, I can get over there real fast.
And then another ray streaks out, and this one is blue, working to strike Colmar. So Colmar, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh yeah, I'm good at those.
It was technically an 11, by the way, because it's my +2 on saves, but I doubt that matters.
Let's see. That would be an 8.
Do you want to use a saving throw? Or I mean an action point?
Fuck. Yeah. Oh, that'd be 11. I'll use one more. 14. I'm going with that.
Okay.
Around me, your faces.
Yeah, I was more thinking of it's the end of the world as we know it.
All right, you take 46 force damage from the disintegration ray.
Okay.
Horse damage.
Does that go into vitality then?
So this is another one where technically at 0 hit points you turn to dust, but give me a Constitution save.
Oh, okay. So you just lose.
If you make
Sure, I'm rocking. There's a 7. So that'd be 10.
There goes Colmar.
Do you want to use your last action point?
I guess I'll use my last action point. Oh, there we go. What was it? That would be a 17 total.
Okay. So you lose half your vitality points instead.
All right.
And you see that your clothes and some of your items are kind of degrading, and you feel like an intense pain coursing throughout your body, but you somehow are able to survive.
If that's what you call it. Okay.
All
right, Thanos, continue.
and then there's one more eye ray.
Colmar's like, this is what death feels like. This is awful. I never knew.
This one directed at Petrie.
Bye-bye.
And give me a wisdom save.
Ooh, am I at disadvantage?
No.
Oh.
Why would you? Oh, you are actually, because you're in vitality. No, you're not. You're not at disadvantage when you're in when you're dispirited. Things that you attack have advantage on saving throws that they're making to save against your things, but you still are able to defend.
Gotcha. All right. Come on. 16.
All right, so you see Zelshox and you are terrified. You are now frightened.
I used to think I was already. Yeah.
So you didn't think it was possible, but you're even more terrified than you thought you could be, given the situation.
Sure. Fuck.
All right, so that's Zelshox's turn. Colmar, you're up. Martha on deck, Petrie in the hole. And believe it or not, this is still a winnable fight.
I'm gonna go.
Ivar's was fine.
Yeah. Yeah. How many crits do we need to roll? Like,
Win is a relative term. Okay, so all right, I'm going to hold my action. I'm going to send you an email, Mike. You tell me what you think. So just roll. Just continue.
Okay.
I'm going to try to hide. All right.
Okay.
So whoever's next.
All right. So then Marthau.
So I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Hex.
Okay.
Shocks. And I'm going to give him disadvantage on Constitution saves.
It's
It's
ability
just
checks.
ability checks.
Constitution based checks.
Yeah, ability checks, not saves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those aren't made very often.
I mean, if he needs to make a death saving throw, death save.
What would be a better one?
That's just a save. A death save's a save.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
maybe he'll throw up soon, and then he has to check on
Yeah.
There's that fucking monk ability at high level where they get proficiency in all saving throws. That includes death saves.
Unless there's a better one, but he doesn't. He's not really making ability
Frank.
checks.
Yeah, super hex.
So
Strength or something.
But yeah, maybe just strength instead.
Or wisdom, so that Colmar's hiding goes better.
Ooh.
Yeah, or I could do that. Wisdom sounds good.
Okay. Smart.
And then I'm gonna cast a. That's my last level one. I'm gonna cast a level 5. Burning blood.
So two things. One, Zelshax's gaze is upon you. You give me a Constitution save.
Uh, 19.
Okay, so you're fine. But when you cast Hex, everyone within 30 feet of you, but this would include Zelshax, but also Petrie and Colmar and Ivar, take 1d10 necrotic damage. You regain hit points equal to the sum of the damage dealt, though.
What?
So we'll just roll 1d10. So Martha, you can do that.
If it's a 10, let everybody else roll their own.
It's a 9.
Ah!
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yay.
Killed by my own necrotic energy.
So
All right.
you lose it, but then you gain it back?
if you want to spend a point, you can an action point and your Tides of Chaos ability.
It's already spent.
No, it regained after your last surge.
This
that's right.
This fits in with my email, so I'll just roll with it.
Well, it might not happen. Because Zelshax's ability is I roll twice and I get to choose which one it comes up. So the other one that came up is more beneficial. You just regain 2d10 hit points, but you smell like a skunk for the next 24 hours.
Oh, this one again.
I could take that. Is that it?
That is it. So that's how your hex worked. But because even though you use a bonus action to cast a spell, you can't cast another spell unless you either use an action point or it's a cantrip.
Is that like law of the land here, or?
No, that's rules from the player's handbook. You can only cast one spell per turn. So if you cast a spell that's a bonus action, you can't use your action to cast a spell. Only a cantrip.
Oh, I didn't know that. I've been playing that way this whole time.
No, I've been catching it. You've actually been using like when you do Quicken, you've been using it with mostly cantrips.
Smite spells.
No,
Smites are not technically spells, but they are powered by spell slots.
All right. Well, then I'm going to do two things. One, I'll use a cantrip.
Okay.
And I'll use Chromatic Bolt.
Okay.
And that's a 15.
That misses.
I'm gonna use an action point.
Okay.
Oh man, it's a 28.
Is that a natural 20?
It was a natural 19.
So that hits.
So he takes 11. 5 or 6. 11 poison damage.
Okay. Zelshax is starting to look a little weary, and he starts saying,
Creatures are going to pay so dearly. I am going to make each of you pay, and it will be dear.
And then I'm going to also cast, or I'm going to use my warp reality on him. So the area around him becomes immediately doughy and difficult to move in. So his speed's reduced by half, and he can't take reactions.
It's interesting since he's floating.
But you can take legendary reactions.
it's not going to work that way on Zelshax because he is a flying creature.
But he wouldn't be able to take reactions.
It's 'cause he's not the air around him doesn't become doughy. Usually that's the surface and what people touch with that.
So neither of those effects work.
No, not in this case.
What is this effect?
That's one of his boons that he got early on.
I wouldn't bother.
Well, that's lame. I guess that's my turn then.
Okay. All right. So, Colmar, you want to do the thing that you mentioned in your email?
I really don't see any options. I don't think I could do that as like a reaction if it goes south. You know?
I can allow you to do it as a reaction if it goes south.
Okay. So I'm gonna keep it close then.
Okay. Do you want to use your held action now?
Yeah, sure. Let me try here. I didn't really say what I was going to do. I'm going to just shoot a firebolt at him. Is he? Do I have disadvantage?
Yes, if you're dispirited.
It's way off.
Okay. Did you want to do anything else?
I'm just going to attempt to try to hide, just keep out of the cavern, but, you know,
Okay.
there's only so far I can go with a will-o'-the-wisp right next to me.
Okay, so you can use hide as a bonus action because of your rogue ability.
Okay.
So go ahead and make a stealth check.
Disadvantage. Oh, yeah, natural 1. I think I'm hiding.
Okay. Zalshak sees all. All right, so Petrie, you're up. Tacitus on deck. Ivar in the hole.
All right. Well,
should have given me that mask.
Yeah, that would be cool. The cat killing mask. We needed that. In any case.
But now on his turn, he can use it against us. So
I can still use it.
It'll still see some use.
I was already considering it. I was just unfortunately charmed very recently.
So it's a little out there, but how does casting banishment on myself work?
What about casting a cure wounds or some shit on yourself?
Well, this was my like out there. This is my I'm done. I'm almost out of everything ability. I made sure I kept a 4th level spell slot in case shit went bad. And it's real bad.
Yeah, and let's in character, you're also magically frightened.
Yeah,
it's not all just actual player cowardice. It's actual character cowardice.
Yeah, you can share the blame.
If this was my in character idea of bloody or out of character idea to banish myself, well, this would be Petrie's idea 100 times over.
I mean, you're always welcome to try things.
Okay, well.
And it's not unreasonable considering Petrie's current state of mind.
I cast banishment on myself.
Okay.
Please,
roll
be help.
Roll a D100.
Okay. 100. 52.
Okay. If you had gotten a 90 or above, it would have worked. But Zalshak's was true in his statement with the magic mouth that there are dimensional anchors placed upon this realm, which make travel in or out difficult without the proper passage.
Okay. Well, I say to myself, but this is more directed at Belshalor, who's inside of me. I'd be like, well, if you want to keep me alive, now's the time to do it. And I go to strike myself with my spiritual weapon.
You strike yourself.
Yeah.
It is continuing a long-running theme in this campaign of Petrie inflicting damage on himself for reasons Ivar can't comprehend.
Yeah. Why is Petrie doing it?
Well, if there is some sort of the special thing which is bestowed upon him, well, this is the time that they would show themselves. So I'm gonna try and kill myself.
You know what? Maybe Petrie should do this. It'll get
roll damage against yourself. I mean, I'm not going to make you roll an attack. It just hits you because you want it to hit you. Actually, do roll an attack roll.
Okay.
Because if you roll a natural 1 or a natural 20.
Okay, here we go. Oh boy. So I have my spell modifier, so I would hit
If
my
it's not a
DC.
natural 1 or 20, it doesn't matter.
Okay, well then, yep, cool.
Okay, so you just hit yourself.
Yeah. Here's the damage. Alright. Little D8. Oh boy, that's an 8 with my modifier, so done.
You're dead?
Done.
All right. Go ahead and describe how you kill yourself.
Well,
With everybody looking like, what the?
Yeah,
so
even Tacitus, while on his back, is just like, what? Did this just happen? Like,
Slow.
I know Zelshox is like my boy now, but
I guess
Ivar
like
just assumes Zelshox took control of the spiritual weapon somehow and used it against Petrie.
yeah.
Why would you assume that? we know him.
I would be I'd be looking around like all frantically and like doing like little prayers and stuff, and I'd just be like bringing the spiritual weapon closer towards me and just like murmuring like even faster, just in like pure fear, and then I would just like hit myself with it, like just strike me through, and the spiritual weapon and myself would just start plummeting down into the water, I'm guessing, or into whatever it is.
yeah. What does your
Nice.
spiritual weapon look like?
It's just a long sword, like it's my master's long sword, so it's just a silver sword. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that plunges straight through you. It cuts through the armor like butter. And then you fall into the liquid and find that. You ever here? I'm going to show you guys what it looks like.
The greatest death scene ever.
I think it might be.
Petrie, if your shadow comes back and kills Ivar, his shadow is going to just attack you for eternity. I will be the terror of your shadow. I do like that Petrie is like, well, if you're going to do something to save me, do it now, and then stabs himself and is just like, no, okay. Then,
It's the true like throwing them in the water. If they sink, they're all right. If they float, they're a witch.
If they drown, they're not a witch. If they float, they're a witch. Kill them.
Here, this is Petrie's death.
That's the water and everything. Oh,
and as he falls, like his bad leg just snaps off at that part. It's floating by itself.
All right, so that happened. Tacitus, you're up. Ivar on deck. Zelshox in the hole.
Am I like full on dominated where he tells me what I'm doing, or
No, you have choice in the matter, but he's basically saying, kill them all.
but I like them.
Kill them.
I mean, I hear you what you're saying. I understand, but I also like them. So let's just get it along. It'll be fine.
The master's my friend.
So
Could I use the mask?
What's that?
Could I use the mask?
Oh. Don't you have advantage on your wisdom saving throws?
What do you mean?
Because
On the
of
charm ones, I have to use a reaction to gain the advantage. I had no reactions because I was slowed.
okay.
Yeah.
Because of your particular condition, you have to act dominated in this turn. So you have to follow his directives. So you can choose what you do, but you have to attack your allies. But you can have another saving throw at advantage at the end of this turn.
I mean, so I'm supposed to. He wants me to do damage to my friends. What better way to do it than to put the mask on? It's the most damaging thing I know to do. My spells aren't very damaging. Like, they really aren't. Like, my highest level attack spell is Thunder Step, and yeah, that's it. Thunder Step.
Okay. So you put the mask on. And the mask.
Kill everybody, guys.
The mask instantly begins piercing your skin, drawing attaching to your flesh, drawing all of your blood out, and it's all like traveling towards the mouth as the mask begins sucking the blood up. Then additional bindings sprout from the mask, encasing you completely. Your arms and legs are bound together, and as this is happening, it's all very painful because these bindings are also piercing into your skin, and you can feel the wood crawling and winding through skin, around bones, piercing muscle and organs. And as after a moment, the mask then spits out red gems, each of them marked with a symbol, which then all of them float around you and then begin to spin, encircling you, the runes glowing, and this ghostly set of arms appears from behind you. So let me show you guys what Tacitus now looks like. I worked.
Meanwhile, Ivar sees him put on the mask and sees all this, and it's like, so we're all just going to kill ourselves then? That's the plan?
I'm being commanded to hurt you guys. I'm like, well, it's a shame. Peach really wanted to know what happens.
That's true. Petrie will never know.
Now he's dead.
He's here literally in spirit somewhere.
It's true. Maybe he'll get to see it anyway.
So this is what Tacitus now looks like.
This isn't even my final form.
So, oh god.
Oh god. I do that too.
So now in this form, you don't know the full extent of your abilities, but you feel a deep sense of unease within you. But at least now you feel also a wellspring of power that exists within you that has never been there before. You're actually healed by fire and ice damage. It's not even it's not even immunity. You are actively healed by it.
Absorption.
And additionally, you can cast Burning Hands and Scorching Ray at will, choosing whether you deal fire or cold damage. And you can cast Telekinesis once per rest.
Do you have this written down by chance?
I had it in my head. It's not written down.
I'll have to write down. Absorb fire and ice. Was right? Right?
Fire and cold,
yeah.
Fire and cold, yeah.
Why did we use it on Tessus when we could have used it on a cat? What the hell?
because I'm cooler. At will, burning hands,
Scorching ray.
and scorching ray.
I should have sleight of hand it when I was going to.
Fire.
I was really afraid you were going to.
I should have when I had the chance.
And you can choose fire or cold damage when you cast those spells.
Interesting.
And then you can also cast telekinesis. Once per rest.
Per rest, yeah. Okay. Am I free of his control?
You are now.
Okay, cool. Well, that's handy.
And you see a couple of eye stalks look towards you, and he begins speaking.
What is this transformation? This was not in my plans, which is so strange because I plan for every contingency. But I will still prove myself victorious because I am the superior being.
It's like right in the middle of his talking, it's just burning hands.
All right.
And it's burning hands. It'll be fire. Or you
All
know
right,
what?
so he
Just
fails.
right quick. Sorry. Let me look up telekinesis because this might be cooler. Give me 1 second.
Can
If
just,
it's
like,
not cooler, then I'll just
hold his face down in the acid and drown him.
Telekinesis.
But he was right. You were the Trojan horse. He just didn't know it.
So there's a bunch of shit all around me, right? Like a bunch of his gold and shit.
Sure, yeah.
Could I telekinesis just lift it all up around me? Just standing there and launch it at him?
Let's see.
I don't know if it's normally within its realm, but
Yeah, so he'll make a dexterity saving throw, and we'll say it's a 5th level spell. We'll say 5d6 damage for the objects that are around.
just 5. Fireball's
Yeah.
8 at a 3rd level.
Yes, but telekinesis also it's not meant to be a direct damage spell.
Yeah, sure. It's catapult, I know. Alrighty. What would we say?
He
5d6
fails.
you said?
Yeah, 5d6.
Alright, let's see here. 3, 7, 9, 15, 19. Do I still have my other abilities? My other features?
What do you
like
mean?
my power surge?
Yeah.
War mage. Alright, I'm gonna
Yeah.
So that's 19. I'm gonna add a power surge as well. Add on an additional 4 force damage to
Okay.
it.
So what's the total?
That would be 19 plus 4, 23.
Okay. All right. So in response to this, wait, are you done with your turn?
I don't suppose I can fly. I don't know what this ability could do or what this form. So that
Actually, because your legs are bound, you are flying. Yes.
Oh, okay. I'll just hover a little bit higher, just a little bit higher than him.
Okay. So one of the eye stalks fires at you.
Uh-huh.
And make a wisdom save with advantage. It's a yellow ray.
Natural 20, 27 total.
Roll it again.
It's 10.
Okay, so you're not confirming the crit fail, but it is a fail. Well, it's a success for you, fail for him.
Right.
Ivar, you're up.
Okay. I will turn and see this and momentarily consider, wait, which do I shoot? Not really sure anymore, but I will go with the beholder for now. And I'm going to fire 2 arrows at him. That's a 26 and a 21.
Both hit.
And so on the first one, I'm going to use my second shadow arrow. So you have to make a DC 16 wisdom save.
He had a 16.
Okay. I'm going to use an action point to make him re-roll it then.
Okay. He rolled a 19. Natural.
Damn it. So he takes 8 points of psychic damage, of 10 points of piercing damage. And on the second one, he takes 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Zelshax is looking real beat up. He's got arrows protruding from him now. He's got pieces of objects lodged in his skin. He's looking really rough.
And then I'm going to march forward and say, "You want to kill someone? Kill me!" And I'm going to stand like right at the edge of the hallway.
All right, so he's using his legendary action to do another ray stalk, and he's going to oblige Ivar. So Ivar, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. So first of all, before I do this, can I use my belt to switch places with him? Since he's the only enemy in the room, as far as I know. The belt of misdirection.
Well, as a reaction, yes.
That'd be
If you
hilarious.
wish, you can do that.
Then you're going to be
There
up
is
in the air.
there is a flaw in my plan in that I'm going to go into the acid, but still funny.
Yeah.
Quickly pull out your wings. Is the flame from Petrie's sword still going?
No.
Hey,
It's
there
out.
you go. You're good, dude. Pull out your wings.
That's true.
How much that's in your bag?
All right. So yeah, you switch places with Zalshax. He's now floating 25 feet into the tunnel, facing Colmar, Marthau. Tacitus is still on the pedestal, and Ivar is now in the air, about to fall. So, are you just going to fall?
Well, but it says the belt of misdirection says that he gets hit, takes the damage I would have taken. So does that mean he gets hit with his ray?
He does.
That's what I was going for.
Does he charm himself? Because that would be hilarious.
He rolled a natural 20.
Damn it!
So that's that's awkward because he succeeds. He automatically succeeds, but he also on spell DC, it's considered a fail for the caster. So I don't even know how to roll that.
Just normal damage.
It's
Cancel
not
each other out.
it is not a damage dealing spell. That was the slow spell. So
50-50, man. Roll percentage. That's what I do.
that's yeah, okay. So below 50 it's a fail. Above 50 it's a success for him as the victim. It's 50 exactly. What the fuck?
That one doesn't count.
Yeah. $50 again.
All right, it's considered a fail. So his speed is halved, and he can only take an action or a bonus action and no reactions.
And then I'm going to spend another action point to grab the corners of my cloak and start flying, so that I don't
Okay.
fall.
All right. Now it's Zalshak's turn, and he is just highly pissed. So first thing he's doing is looking at Ivar. You see a bunch of invisible bolts fly at you. Well, you don't see them, but you feel their impact.
Oh, yeah. Is the slow effect on me also gone?
Yeah.
If I had any action points, I'd try to shield you, man, but if I had any action points, I wouldn't have put on the mask.
It's fine.
Yeah, that's true. You have a bunch of HP. But these are strength draining magic missiles.
You take 25 force damage from that. He then hits Martha with
He is slowed.
the.
Doesn't he lose some attacks?
He can take an action or a bonus action. Right. So technically, as I raise, the three of them are counted as an action.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't know. Slow. Off the top of my head.
But you know what? I will give you an effect for that. So he'll lose one of his eye rays that he can do. But he targets Marthau with a bright blue ray. So Marthau, give me a dexterity save.
Keeps coming up with new rays.
Can I counterspell that?
These aren't technically spells, they're spell-like abilities. But what level are you casting it at?
I guess I would know what level I would need to cast it at. How does one typically determine these?
You choose which level you're casting the counterspell at, and then if the spell level is above 3, you have to make a check to see if you can beat. I forget what the DC is.
It's like 10 plus the spell
level.
I would cast it at level 3.
Okay. So, because it's not actually a spell, you'll have disadvantage on the check. But you can attempt it.
Fair. Oh, man. Do I add any modifiers to it, or is it just a straight die?
Yeah, your spell
D20 plus your spell casting ability modifier.
Okay.
So your intelligence or charisma.
All right, so that's 11.
Yeah, so it still goes off. You need to make a
Need to make a what?
dexterity saving throw.
It's a 16.
That is exactly what you needed. So you feel like your goal is almost about to be ripped out, but you are able to prevent that from happening. And then it's Colmar's turn. Martha on deck, and Petrie in the hole.
Okay, so how close is he now?
He is 25 feet away from you.
Can I cast spells? Yeah, I still can cast, even though my vitality is. I'm dispirited. Can I still cast, or he gets advantage on the save or something?
Yeah, he gets advantage on saves, and you have disadvantage on attack rolls, but you can still cast.
Okay, I'm gonna hit him with another fireball then.
Okay.
I'm gonna push it at 4th level.
All right, so he succeeded the save, but he still takes half damage.
He takes 19 fire.
Is that with it halved?
That's half, yeah, it would have been 38.
All right. And then in a response to that, he's going to use a legendary action.
You could bonus action hide again.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would try to do that.
So you need to make a strength saving throw.
At disadvantage, right?
Yeah. No, saving throws are fine.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's still a -1. Oh, 6.
So you are knocked back 30 feet directly into the pool below you. So you take you take 16 damage from falling.
Okay. Peace out.
Are you dead?
Oh, yeah.
Could I don't have a react. I don't have any action points, but could I reaction telekinesis and hold him before he hits the ground?
How much vitality do you have left, Colmar?
That was it. I had 8 left.
All right. With your power from the mask Tacitus, you can do that, but you can't absorb all of the force. So, Colmar, you are left with 1 vitality point.
Okay.
And you're just kind of floating in the air. That is taking your concentration, though.
Yeah,
Tacitus,
the spell
in
was
order to do
concentration,
that.
So.
Well, something I forgot to mention: the telekinesis that you use with this ability doesn't require concentration.
Okay. All right.
So, Martha, you're up, and then Petrie is on deck. Tacitus in the hole.
All right. So I'm gonna cast True Strike. Well, I break concentration from fly because I wasn't flying anywhere, and Petrie was the other person who would fly. So that I'm gonna break that, and I'm gonna cast True Strike on myself.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use an action point to take another action.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast a level 5 Chaos Bolt at Zalshox.
Okay.
So I get advantage. That's 25.
It hits.
Now I won't get to jump anywhere, but I'll at least do a good number here. So I got 2 plus 1 for each spot I will first, so that'd be 6. Let's see. 8. 16 plus 4 is 20 plus 8. So that's 28. 28 damage. I did have doubles, but it doesn't go anywhere, so it just is that.
What kind of damage is it dealing?
Oh. I'll go with poison again.
All right. Go ahead and describe how Zelshax bites it.
So this massive, like, oozing green swirl of energy just erupts from Marthau's hands, and it hits Zelshax going into his open maw, and he turns a faint green color, and then he tumbles into the acid and falls on top of where Petrie went.
So he's actually in the tunnel right now with you.
Yeah.
He rolled. He would have like hit the ground and rolled.
like a beach ball bouncing his way down the
I had to move Colmar out of the way. Whoa.
I'm about to say, and I get hit with the acid as he splashes.
All right. So with Zelshax dead, there is a sudden rumbling throughout this place. You notice that both Zelshax and Petrie's bodies begin, or actually stop, bubbling in the liquid. And a lot of things begin falling around this place. The tunnels no longer look as organized. There are a couple of openings that emerge within this cavern, and the cavern begins looking much more natural, as if it's an actual cave rather than something that has been worked over with stone, or like work stone, like and there's a sudden breeze that flows in through the tunnel, almost like an airlock has been opened, and you have this scent of fresh air that you didn't even realize how stale the air had been in this place.
I'll bring Colmar up to the platform, and I guess I'll bring Petrie's body out of the water and up to the platform.
Mm-hmm.
Things falling down around us still, like they might fall on us, or
no, nothing might fall on you.
Alrighty. What do we see?
Is it like more light or what?
So
The air has to come from somewhere.
there is one tunnel where there seems to be a good amount of light coming from, that is now freshly opened.
So, who the hell are you, Krabby? What'd you do with Tacitus?
Can I take this mask off?
One, how?
Well, I got little pincer thingies.
Those are ghostly. They're ephemeral.
If anything has taught us, if this place has taught us anything, that don't mean shit.
No, you can't take the mask off, and any attempt seems impossible without ripping your head off with it.
It did infuse into your muscles and bones.
Yeah,
It's permanent.
So be it. I guess this is me now.
I guess whatever, Tacitus. I don't know what you picked up over on that platform.
Oh, this lovely thing. I looked down to Colmar. Was his.
Oh.
Yeah. Let us leave this place. I'm tired of it.
I'll try to grab whoever's body I can. I mean, I do have reduced strength, so I'm probably not the most. Strength was my dump stat anyway.
Look, here's what I say. I don't think this place is going to collapse anytime soon. I also think this is probably the safest spot we've been in since we've got in here. Why don't we rest here and try to recover our strength on top of this pedestal?
So
are we afraid that the whatever, if there's an exit now, which I'm not 100% sure there is, that it'll close?
I wouldn't want to chance it.
No, the shadows.
The shadows might still be around.
So one thing that you guys notice is suddenly from Petrie's body, a shimmering glow begins to suffuse him.
Stab it.
and rising from it is Petrie, unarmored, in simple clothing, a ghostly form. And I imagine, and Brendan, you can correct me if I'm wrong, that Petrie is smiling at each of you, but then
Scratches.
gives you all the finger before disappearing.
Hey, you asshole. You can't just leave us like that. You have to kill yourself properly.
Don't go far. We will make sure you are risen.
And then additionally, you guys hear a rush from the tunnel that you originally came from. It starts as a low rumble and grows until it's almost like an earthquake. And suddenly there's an eruption of spirits that flow through this room over each of you and into the exit beyond where what you assume would be the exit, since they're flowing out so quickly, leading to the tunnel where there is the glow. Each of you age 20 years.
Already aged. How does the aging affect me now?
You are fairly unaffected. Everybody else is aged 20 years, though.
Yeah, because I would have been like 70.
I'm now 57. You can call me a silver fox, or nearing that silver foxdom.
We could call you that, but I doubt it. If we leave and find daylight, we might be able to use the amulet to quickly return.
Yeah, there's nothing dangerous in that desert, assuming that's where we still are.
Indeed.
But if at least we can return back to the handsome mansion, we can at least rest.
Watch us not.
Hey, maybe we can go find what's his name, the Flame Weeper, and he can unage us.
Maybe he can bring this one back to life.
Yeah, he's going to do that.
So you guys all remember how badly Petrie made fun of Flamekeeper Stenson because he was unable to perform any of the miracles that were available to Petrie.
Yeah,
We gotta
what a
find-
loser.
Proper cleric.
I'm sure Flamekeeper Stenson would feel a tinge of self satisfaction knowing that Petrie killed himself, thinking that there's something good would come out of it.
And he was right in Flame for Stenson's eyes.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good stopping point for tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
What'd you guys think?
Did you have to fling all the treasure at him?
Still around. It would have only been in that acid for like 6 seconds. They stopped dissolving down there, so you can go grab it. You know what? I'll get it for you.
Too heavy anyway.
Levitate.
It was good. No, I thought we were gonna have a total party kill.
Yeah, me too.
But only one person actually ended up dying, and not by Zalshak's hand.
Didn't give him the satisfaction.
I mean,
So-
I've had other party members commit suicide before, but never like mid combat. I was always like, you know, this character isn't working out for some reason, so he kills himself off camera.
Well, that was good.
Yeah, I thought it'd be fun. It was pretty fun.
We made it out of the tunnel. That's something.
Yeah, I did.
It only
I
took-
made it up before all of you.
Suckers.
it took 3 sessions, but we finally moved somewhere. Well, actually, we haven't moved too far.
Really haven't.
I mean, I guess we should next time like fish stuff out to see if there's anything worth carrying. But Ivar's so weak; it better be pretty good.
So do we have any healing capabilities?
Short rest.
I can heal.
Hit die.
I didn't get to spend them all, but I do have a few slots left that I could use to heal. I was prepared to use every action point I had until Zalshox died. So if it wasn't that one, then I would have cast a level 4 and a level 3 and a level 2 spell slot. That I could have at least casted 2 more. Since he seems to be hurting.
Yeah. Smart call. Peter, one thing I want you to describe is, since you were reduced to just barely on the verge of life, some kind of trauma, whether physical or mental.
For another. Oh no, boy, he wasn't in the Mornlands, so he's fucking fine.
Right.
We're
Okay.
catching him up.
And he wasn't on the airship with the ghosts that scarred us the first time.
I wasn't there for that one.
Is there any body horror involved in this trauma? Should there be?
That's up to him. Like I said, physical or mental.
Okay. I'll think about that.
And then Tony, I got an email to send you.
All right.
So, and there is the conclusion for the Zalshak arc.
Cool.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Tacitus was very ready to get out of that place.
Yeah. How many weeks are you guys going to spend at the Handsome Mansion? Recuperating from that.
Well, I got to figure out I gotta figure out what I'm doing in this form here, and if it's possible to get out of it.
I don't know.
I mean, I would like to investigate if there is a way to reverse the aging. Granted, I still have like another 150 years to live, but I did age 60 years since I've been in this place. I'm sorry, 250 years left to live.
Yeah, I want to get some lost time back.
Yeah, I think I picked up like 30 years, so I'm over 100 now.
One vitality point and 100 years old. You are this close to a heart attack all the time now.
I'm a dwarf, though.
Damn.
We get to level up, right?
Oh yeah, everybody, welcome to level 12.
11.
Yay!
Listen
We
to
go
what he
up 2
said.
levels. We're at 11.
You heard him. 12.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll take it.
sweet, I can cast revive.
This
I
only
mean, to
means
be-
that he's gonna try and kill us even harder now.
Yeah. To be fair, Petrie would have died anyway, probably. he was flying right next to the thing.
Yeah,
Couldn't like,
I
you'd
was
have to have
speeding as
disengaged.
well. Yeah, there was no chance I was living. If I struck him, he would have got a legendary action on me, and I would have died. And if I still missed him, he probably would have just hit him in his turn. So
Right. The one thing you could have done, you were still under the fear effect, so you could have disengaged and ran.
yeah. No, this was more fitting. This was more Petrie's style. Yeah.
So I mean, I assume we'll try to raise Petrie. Ivar would at least try to raise Petrie. But do you want Petrie to come back, or do you want to make a new character?
I don't know.
So I will say, the magic required for resurrection is very rare in Eberron.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I might have to re-roll, I guess. I don't know. I do like Petrie. He's fun. But then, like, I'd probably have to play, like, Father Stenson until Petrie's back, and that would suck.
We could pick up another person from the McCormick's Folly place.
Play Charles.
Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, I can play Elmore.
Charles.
No, but I mean, yeah, so those are a couple of options. You can play somebody else from McCormick's Folly, and you guys have the opportunity to resurrect Petrie. That would be something you can take that character back, where you could officially retire him at that point. You know, so there's or you could just be somebody along the way, not necessarily associated with McCormick's Folly, that's just like, hey, I want to join you guys.
Yeah, I can. Is Seamus still around? Can I be him?
If you want to be Seamus, you can be Seamus.
Sweet.
Who was Seamus? I don't remember Seamus.
He was like in the very first campaign, or part of the campaign when we went to Fort.
Yeah, he's basically the one that started the hook for the entire thing. And he had wounds that were very grievous and resistant to healing.
No, you can't be him then, because I don't want to carry your ass around anymore.
But listen. And that was because everybody's like, well, you got to come with us to help us. And he's like, I can't, I'm too injured. And my wounds, they won't heal. And then Petrie is like, well, hold my beer. And literally rolls a natural 20 to try and heal him. So I was like, well, fuck, now I have to play this asshole and accompany you guys to Fort Deep Dark.
Yeah, it was
miserable. It was miserable every second of it.
It was
So
so
like,
fun.
But yeah, like, so that all we did was just make fun of Seamus the entire time.
Yeah. and every turn I had, I buffed him. Like I'd use like protection on him. I would give him Shield of Faith. Like he was the hero of the story at that stage.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe you could play Elmord's daughter.
But it's true.
In case Anno comes back, be like, yeah, she's just traveling with us now.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I got 2 weeks, I guess, so I'll think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right, see you later.
Have a good night.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah.